Good evening, friends. Warm welcome, one and all, to the last day of the Super 25 program, India's largest online stock traders conference. It's a great pleasure and an honor to have Mr. Prashant Shah of Define Edge as the last speaker of the program. In fact, when we wanted to have somebody to end the program on a royal closing note, we thought about Mr. Prashant Shah. He genuinely agreed to our request and he offered his time. So Prashant, on behalf of the entire Super 25 team and my extended Traders Gurukul family, I extend my warm welcome and regards to you for being a part of this program.
Hey, thank you so much. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
So, friends, Prashant is quite a popular man. He is the CEO of
Mhm.
Define Edge. He develops his own financial products. He is one of the key fintech entrepreneurs in the community. He is a CMT. He is also a certified financial technician. So not only that, he has authored a couple of books, particularly in Renko charts, and one more book on what, Prashant?
Point and figure chart.
Correct, point and figure charts. So
Mm.
friends, it's really a great opportunity to every one of us to listen to Mr. Prashant and his experiences. All right, Prashant, the stage is
Yeah,
yours. Please take over.
thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Hey, good evening, everyone. We are going to discuss Renko charts today and the trading strategies on Renko charts. I'm sure you guys know about the basics of technical analysis and you use charts and all. Uh, but you use candlestick charts, bar charts, which are widely used, very popular. And Renko charts are not being used uh, primarily because what I feel is uh, people haven't explored this the way it should have been. People never thought that it is also a charting method, and there are ways to there are some important properties or unique properties on this charting method as well, which can be explored, and one can take advantage of it from trading perspective. For example, this bar or candlestick charts are two-dimensional charts. Here we get a candle on a daily basis. If I'm looking at a daily chart, I'll get a candle on a daily basis, irrespective of price movement, right? These are the important properties of bar and candlestick charts, that I will get a candle on a daily basis. There will be shadows in every candle. There will be a body. I can see the gaps, things like that. And then we plot indicators and develop strategies on these methods. That is, this is one method. Where here we have two dimensions: price and time. And these charts move as and when time passes by. Whenever there is, for example, if I'm looking at a weekly chart, every week I'll get a candle. If I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, after every 5 minutes I'll get a candle. Yeah. So this is how these charts behave. Then there is another category of charting, which I call it a noiseless chart, known as a one-dimensional charts or timeless charts, where we don't consider time, we only consider price. And those charts are plotted uh, as per the price. If there is a movement in price, if price goes up or price goes down, then there will be a plotting. Otherwise, those charts will not move. One such chart is point and figure, and another is Renko. Today, I'm going to discuss Renko charts in detail right from the beginning. I have to start from the beginning. So even if you know the basics of it, please pay attention. I guess you will get some new learning, and you will understand it from the you'll gain the new perspective. I'm sure. And I'm going to discuss it right from the scratch. How we plot this chart. What is the logic behind it? How do we what are the basic patterns? Then I will discuss some two or three important patterns on these charts, and a trading strategy. That's the overall plan. after every discussion, when I'll complete the initial discussion, and after when I'll complete the discussion on the patterns, I'll ask you questions on those things, and please ask me if you have any query on the discussion, or what if you have any doubt, or you want me to explain the things again. Please ask, please tell me that. Make sure you're clear on the subject, and you have understood it properly, right? So let's discuss Renko charts. uh, like many other methods, this is also a Japanese method. Candlestick is also a Japanese method. Heikin-Aisha, line break, and this Renko chart is also a Japanese method. This was introduced to a Western world by Mr. Steve Nisson in his book Beyond Candlestick. Uh, he talked about a line break, Heikin-Aisha, point and figure. In that book, he also mentioned Renko charts when people actually got to know what is Renko chart. These charts are they consider only price. They take into account only price, not time. I'll explain in a while how and why. What I found is very important thing about what is the advantage of looking at the Renko chart. They are very simple, and the formations are very objective. These charts are very objective in nature, and with all my experience, all that I can say is, from trading perspective, objectivity is very important, I guess. Because on our terminals, on our screen, we have only F1 and F2, right? We have to be very clear in our thought process. We need to know whether I want to buy, sell, exit. I have to be very clear on that part. And from that perspective, when we look at the price patterns, or when we design trading systems, even if not 100%, we should make it as objective as possible, so our decision making becomes simple. And otherwise also, in trading, apart from the systems, the other issues are psychological issues. We have to keep remain noise free. We look at so many things. There's already information overload. We don't be able to follow our systems properly, and all those things. So as we always say, there are two types of noise. There's a noise in the data, and then noise between two ears. With this charts, at least we can remove noise from the data, and by objectivity, by making it as objective as possible, we can at least remove noise. We can reduce the noise, or it can help reducing the noise between the ears. So that is something. And today, when we will discuss chart patterns or the trading strategies, I'm not at all going to discuss how do we predict the market, because I don't know how to do that. But I know how to trade the markets, and that is what I'm going to talk about exactly today. And in both my books, in all on whatever, whenever I talk about the markets, I try to focus on these parts, because as a trader, I've learned over a period of time, it is not important to know, or it is not important to form a view. It is important to know how to trade and how to manage the trades. That is what I try to do with these charts, and I found it very important on the charts like point and figure or Renko. They help us to define this objectivity in trade. All right, so let me explain how do we plot Renko charts. First is no, this is very simple. How do we plot a line chart? Now, for example, I decide that I will plot a line chart whenever there is a movement of price. There's a 5-point movement in a price. Why 5 and all we will discuss. But for example, if price moves up or down by 5 points, I will draw a line. So how do I do that? From 100 it moved to 105. I connect these two prices and draw a line. Then price went from 105 to 110. I connect these prices and draw a line. Correct? Now, instead of drawing line, if I draw a box, so now what happens is, the size of this box is 5 points. Yeah, that I've decided. Now, if price went up from 100 to 105, I have one box. The high price of this box is 105. The low price is 100. Now, if price goes to 110, I draw another box. which is diagonal to this. It is connected, or it is drawn by the right top right corner, and this is how we draw it. So now price went to 110, which is a 5-point movement, and I draw another box. If price goes to 115, I draw another box. When I'm saying a 5-point movement, that means from 110, if price goes to 112, 113, 14, I do nothing. I will wait for price to go at 115 or go above 115. So at or above 115, I will draw another box. Correct. So now this box is known as a brick in Renko chart, and this is how basically a Renko chart is plotted. I have decided the size of that brick. In this case, it is 5 points. If price moves up by 5 points, I draw a brick which is diagonal to the previous brick. This is very important feature and important point about Renko chart. They are the diagonal plotting, which is not there in any other charting method. You know what my approach is, or what how you should look at these charting methods. People have not really explored these angle of the different charting method. Typically, what is the general discussion? Is candlestick better or Renko? Is candlestick better or point and figure? So that is a different way of looking at it. That's I'll come back to that point. But better or not, we don't know, but it is different. The body, candle, shadows, and the gap, all those things are important properties of candlestick chart. This diagonal plotting and this fixed size bricks are the important properties of Renko chart, is what you have to understand. Now, in this case, if price goes to 120, I'll draw another box. Correct. If price falls below the bottom of previous brick, in this case it is 105, then I will draw a bearish brick. It is plotted this way. From the bottom right, this is a diagonal plotting. If price falls, if there is a bullish break, if price falls below the bottom of previous brick, then we plot a bearish break. Correct. So if price goes below 105, in this case I plot a bearish break. Now if price goes below 100, I will plot another bearish break this way. Correct. If price goes to 95, I'll plot another bearish break. If price reverses from here and goes above the high price of previous bearish break, then I will plot a bullish break. So how do we turn from bullish to bearish? If price falls below the bottom of previous break, we turn from bullish to bearish. If price goes above the high price of previous break, then we turn from bearish to bullish. Now in this case, if price goes above 110, then we will change the brick from bearish to bullish. Correct. Now this also means that if price falls below 95, we are going to plot a bearish brick. If price goes above 110, we are going to plot a bullish brick. If price remains between 110 and 95, then this chart will not move. And that is a kind of noise for this chart. It will not move. And this, how do we define this range of noise? We can define that on our own. I have decided that the size of the brick will be 5 points in this case. So if price remains between 110 and 95, this chart will not move. If it goes above 110, I get a bullish break. If price goes above 115 from here, I'll plot another bullish break. If it suddenly goes to 120, then there will be two bullish breaks plotted simultaneously. So I guess you guys are clear that how these charts are plotted. From here, if price goes to 125, there will be another bullish break. If price falls below 110, which is the bottom of previous break, then we will plot a bearish break. Clear? So that is how these charts are plotted. So notice that and understand that every brick has two prices. You have to understand this. Now, for example, here in this case, let me take a pen.